Texicanas is Bravo's newest drama-filled series. Y el drama es real.
It looks like Mexico threw up in here. O sea, ¿qué onda? Do you own a pair of tennis shoes?
I'm not a diva.
Boom! My nails! Yes!
There's a cop!
Somebody was saying something about me.
That you were flirting with someone's husband.
Touching somebody is assault.
Assault? Are you serious?
Benny, you need to relax.
You put your face in front of my husband.
Drop it right now or I'm leaving.
I can't be taking care of babies.
Nadie me mandó a mí, yo vine porque quería. Última vez.
A su madre, güey, todas. Me tienen hasta la madre. Tu madre.
Texicanas Tuesday nights on Bravo. And now, let's get into some chisme. This is After the Show with Tito Caballero.
After the Show with Mayra and Fernando. Thank you guys for being
for
here.
having us.
Episode 3 is now out, and folks have seen it. We'll get into that a little bit. First of all, I'm really excited to meet you for a lot of reasons. I'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to apologize if I said anything last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday
good.
was yesterday.
Okay.
Gone.
Good.
Moving
good.
forward. Don't
Moving
even
forward.
think. No one remembers that.
Good. Because I actually see a lot of myself in some of the struggles that I see you going through on the show.
Yes.
I'm also sensitive. I'm a sensitive person, and I think we all have struggles with that. Some too. I know I do all the time. I'm always misunderstood. I'm super passionate. I'm super on the ball like you are. You know, when people are like not on the ball, it's very frustrating, and sometimes like I have to hold myself back, and it's a constant struggle. So, you know, for that reason, and then I think I could see the tender side of you when you're with your family, and I'm the same way. Like when I'm with my family, it's like everything is awesome, and that's like where I'm like the strongest. And I see you as well, like on the show. So if I'm a little nervous, it's because I'm really excited to meet you.
And with my friends as well, the people that actually know who I am. You know, I mean, it's where I don't have to pretend or just like have my guard up, you know?
Right.
So it's not only with my family, you know, it's with my friends that are actually like me.
Right.
You know?
So cheers to people like us.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. You're not alone, people. Right.
And if there's anything that I hope, you know, people get from you on the show is that there's a little bit of that, I think, in all of us, some more than others. And, you know, I don't think it's a fault. I don't think it's...
We're all different.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what makes the world interesting, you know, like diversity, and we need to have respect to each other. We're all different, and we all have virtues, and we all have defects. So, and that's what makes us what we are. So we just need to embrace it, and you know, just whoever loves us, you know, the way we are, that's the people that you want to hang out with, you know.
For sure. What do you love most about being a part of this show?
Do you want to take over that?
We have Fernando here on the show.
I didn't. I
didn't?
quit it like 7 times.
No way.
Yeah, it was only, I mean, it was actually Fernando just quit it at the finale. That's the only way. But I'm here just because of him.
Wow.
I wanted out.
Wow.
I didn't like it at all. I don't watch TV.
Right.
I don't have Bravo in my household
till
today.
Right,
you know,
right.
so I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And Fernando's the one that got me into the project. You want to say why?
I'd love to hear this story, Fernando.
It was him actually.
The way the project got started was an opportunity in the way I saw it. So I grew up in the Valley. In
Okay.
So I wasn't born in Mexico.
Okay.
But I grew up on the border on both sides. And I saw it as an opportunity for us to showcase what our culture is all about.
I love that.
And to me, that's what it was. And yeah, it was a little difficult opening the doors to my life, my family. But in the end, I thought if that changes the perception of 1, 2, 10, or thousands of people, it was well worth it.
Right.
But like Mayra, we never watched the show, so we didn't know exactly at what cost emotionally to her, and then to us, right, and to me and the kids. So it was rough, but I don't regret it.
Also at the beginning, when we actually were on board on the show, remember it was like about like talking about the Latinos and what we actually do and how we give back and how we contribute to the country. Remember, that was the original idea of the show. And then when, you know...
But it still is. I mean, when you look at it, Anyways, there was an article that was very interesting that talked about the boisterous Mexicanidad of the show. And to folks that don't understand our culture, they may miss it.
Yeah.
They're going to have to watch it like 3 times, In one of the episodes where we're doing the tamales, I mean, we have lard right there. How many people know what lard is,
Yeah.
And the broth, I actually took like the whole beef piece, and brought it, and you could see like all the fat over there. People don't even know what tamales are made of. I mean, and it's fun, and how long it takes.
Right.
It takes like 12 hours to actually make tamales. People do not acknowledge that, like they just buy it for $1 and they don't understand.
Right.
All the actual work that, goes behind making a tamale.
Right.
I was going to add, and part of it is also, when I saw that, is introducing my kids to our culture, which is, for her, it was obviously easy. She grew up in Mexico. For me, it was easier because I was on the border, first generation. Our kids are in San Antonio, which people are like, oh, man, that's just like Mexico. Well, it is and it isn't, right?
Right.
It's more the true Texicanas. So how do we introduce our kids that it's okay to be different, to have a different culture, to have a different set of values.
Right.
And anyways.
And I'm from Central Mexico. My dad's from Oaxaca. My mom is from Puebla. And it doesn't get more Mexican than Oaxaca. I mean, Oaxaca, it's a beautiful city, a beautiful culture. Art, you have no idea like how many designers are there, and people from Europe go to Oaxaca, get inspired in Oaxaca, steal their ideas, and then they just say made in Europe. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's fantastic. Well, that came from Mexico, like from Oaxaca, from an indigenous artisan, and so I'm as Mexican as it comes, and my kids have been there. They love it, and my mom is from a small town in Puebla called Atlisco. And it's beautiful. My kids love it, and they like it better than Disneyland.
We go
no,
there
I'm not kidding you.
That's
no,
great.
it's true.
Every 2 years we go to spend time with her wives. I mean, her mom's side of the family for Christmas, and they call it Pueblo Mágico, and the whole downtown.
They light up the whole villa. It's amazing.
Love it, and they eat a ton.
The food's fantastic. Yeah, my parents actually always have a fight who has the best cuisine, either Puebla or Oaxaca. And honestly, both of them are fantastic. And they both had moles, So it's like we always have a discussion and a tough moment right there, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I think I loved about the concept before I even saw it, because the first time I met you ladies was at the red carpet, right?
Yeah.
And I found it difficult to come up with questions because I hadn't seen the show yet. I didn't quite know what to expect. But after, just seeing the bits and pieces that I saw on the website, I felt like, wow, my lifestyle is now on a cable network. And anyone who's making any sort of an effort to help people feel included. This is why I have another podcast called American Vida, The Pursuit of a Bicultural Identity. And I really do search for artists, musicians, successful people, anybody who's living that culture of, we're a little Americano and we're also a little bit of Latino, and sometimes we mix it up, and that's just who we are. And oftentimes people want to put us like in a box, like, okay, well, you're Mexicano, so you got to speak Spanish, or you're in the US and you got to speak English. And it's like, well, no, I'm going to speak whatever the hell I want. And it's a little bit of both. So for me to see that on the show, despite like all the drama and all the bickering or whatever, that's entertaining. And I think, people love to watch that, but I think everybody also sees above that is, hey, this is us on a cable network, prime time on a Tuesday night. So thank you and congratulations for that. I think that's really...
It was a very long and tough journey. It still is. So just blocking the negative vibes.
That's what we got to do. So I'm curious, what's your sign?
Taurus. Hello. It doesn't get any more Taurus than me. It was just my birthday like a couple of weeks ago. Really?
Belated.
It was, you couldn't have guessed. Come on.
Well, I'm a Cancer, so I thought maybe Cancer.
No, we're worse. Yeah. I'm a Taurus. I'm worse. So you can feel better.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you what, your biggest challenge was, but I think we've kind of already addressed that. It's kind of all over the place. If you had to narrow it down, to one thing, is it the cameras in the house? Is it, the tension on the friendships? Is it the negative comments maybe that people might make on social media?
No, the cameras, the whole crew were fantastic. They were part of our family. My kids love them. I love them. I'm still friends with them. I'm a very honest and transparent person. So, I mean, I didn't have any problem having people around, with cameras. Right. And I guess, I mean, just dealing with people, that they just want to bring you down, I guess, So, I mean, I tried to, stay focused. And I was actually very disappointed on myself on the first episode because I actually gave them the permission to go through me, and I became someone that I'm not.
Yeah.
So I was like so disappointed. I think that's the first time I quit. I'm like, who am I becoming? I mean, this is exactly why I don't surround myself with people like this because they bring out the worst in me.
Yep.
So that was the worst. I mean, I think that's the toughest challenge that I had. So just trying to block. I mean, trying to again, you be empathetic and be tolerant with other people, and just like. Taking all those, bam, 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 one after the other. I'm trying to keep calm and remain who I am, but then it's tough. You know, it's hard. There's just people that they're bitter. I mean, they don't even know me. I don't even care about the judgment on the social media. Again, I just care about what people who actually know me think about.
Right.
My family, my friends.
Right.
If people don't know, I mean, people that don't even know me, I really don't care. So. It was, I guess it was pretty tough because, I mean, if it weren't because of the show, I wouldn't even have made such an effort for her to understand me.
Right.
Or to see my side.
Right.
I'm the type of like, okay, we're different. You don't like me. You don't want to listen to me. Okay, moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend any more time here or my energy. I have other things to do.
Right.
But here I had to be, talking to those people over and over again.
Right.
And I wouldn't have done that ever. Yeah. If there's someone that's, just dimming my light or making me feel bad about myself, I'm just, I'm so sorry that you're bitter about your life. You're not even upset at me. You're upset at what's going on in your life and how your life has turned out to be. Like, why are you just blaming me for whatever happened to you? I haven't done anything. You don't even know anything about me, So I guess like in any normal situation, I would have just walked away.
Right.
But here, I needed to face it like on a constant basis.
And I could totally see, because I've been there. I've been where I'm angry at myself for allowing someone else to bring that.
The worst
out in me. And it really, it takes an adult and somebody who's level-headed to be able to be self-aware enough to be like, and not blame it on them. You know what I mean? To take responsibility, like, pues chingao, like, la cagué.
It's on me. I mean, we have to take responsibility of our actions. I let them actually break me. That's on me.
Right. And I've been there. And I think that's why that I was able to identify with what you were going through, because I feel like I've been there many times throughout my life. So right now, what do you think? We're in episode 3, just passed. What do you think the viewer's perception of you is right now?
I don't engage in social media. Yeah. Again,
But you've seen the first 3 episodes, not social media, just like what you're seeing. Do you?
I think they're getting like a better perspective of who I am. Again, they saw the worst of me on the first episode. I mean, I'm not even close to that. Like when my actual friends saw the first episode, they were like so upset. Like, Mayra, that's not you. Like, why are they portraying you like that? Like, you know what? I lost my cool. That's that's when I got pretty upset. I'm very disappointed of myself. And you know what? People may make mistakes, and guess what? I mean, we have to learn from them from there, But my friends were like very disappointed. Like, that's not you. You're like the nicest person. Like, why are they doing that? And I'm like, we all have our moments. That was my worst moment in many decades. It takes.
And I was. If it makes you feel any better, I had a conversation with several people, and I was reading a lot of stuff online, and I don't think anything that I read was specifically negative about you. I think it's just people talking crap about the show, right, in general. But I called a friend of mine who does another radio show, and I said, hey, did you see the show? And he said, yeah. He said, I love Mayra. And I said, you know what? Me too. I'm like, what? Like, what? He's like, I know, dude. He's like, when I see her, I think like, oh, thank God I'm not alone. Like, oh my
I'm not the only crazy loony out there.
Someone has the same challenges as me. So it was, and that was before like I really started to ask people around the office. He was like the first person that I called. And so if it makes you feel any better, I think that sometimes the negativity is amplified for whatever reason. And I think that there are a lot of people who love you and you don't even realize it yet. We're only 3 episodes in. I caught the tenderness when I saw you and Fernando and the kids making tamales. That's when I'm like, okay, like, she's like, okay, yeah, that's like whatever, but this is who she is. And there was just like the smile on your face, like the true like tenderness with the kids and with you. Yes. And it was just, it was beautiful. And I think that was when, the viewers got to see the real you.
And I would add, because I do keep track of social media just so I know what I'm getting.
Now he's getting upset. I'm the one telling him now, do not engage, do not read, never negotiate with terrorists. And he's the one,
yeah, no, I don't engage, but I read it. And it was interesting in episode 2 to see reactions at the very beginning of the episode when it's still the follow-through of that. And then when it was a family, like I remember seeing one individual and, oh my God, Mayra's so high-strung. How old is she? Kind of comment. And today I was like, oh my God, I just saw a side of Mayra that I wasn't expecting.
Right.
She's got a beautiful family.
Right.
And it's like the same person within a matter of an hour.
Right.
Began to get it.
Yep.
And then as the show will continue, hopefully, we haven't seen the episodes.
Right.
But we assume because we were there.
Right.
The real her will show up and
more.
And people will appreciate her.
Right.
And I hope like people actually learn something from that. It's not even about me. It's about like any other person. I mean, you cannot judge someone based on 10 seconds.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you need to take the time to actually know someone. We all have struggles. We all have baggage. We all have something, that's, holding us down. Then, no one's perfect. And it's totally all right.
Right.
So it's not only about me. I think people should, before actually just emitting an opinion on someone, take the time, talk to them, get to know them, and see what's going on. I'm sure like something happened for them to actually, behave like that. Yeah.
In episode 3, it opens up with you guys at the San Jose Mission Chapel, right? And what was going through your mind in the middle of that sermon cuando el Padrecito estaba hablando?
It's just what I was just telling you. Yeah. I mean, yes, again, you need to sit with people, and again, I cannot reveal the story, but I mean, more than in one occasion, I tried to reach out to Luz, and and she just like, so I'm like, I cannot force people. I'm trying. But if she doesn't want to listen, if she doesn't want to, like get to know me, like there's nothing that I can do, so that's why I'm asking my friends, girlfriends, that I've tried, you know that I'm trying to make this work, but I'm not going to be just like standing there, and just like permitting someone to be, just
punching back.
Yeah, well, trashing me. Constantly. And you guys are just like watching, having popcorn about it. Like, no, I'm walking away from this. Like, I love myself enough to be putting with this. Right.
Did you think the lunch you had with Ana Yancy went as you expected in episode 3?
I can't give any more of the story either.
Okay.
But I mean,
because it seemed to be pretty civil. You guys,
I'm cool with Ana Yancy.
Yeah.
The thing is that Ana Yancy had just been trashed by Luz before that, because you need to get your life together. You're not doing anything. You're so useless. So the day that she went to my house, when we had the lunch about the casa thing, she was telling me about that. And I'm like, hey, do not let anyone make you feel bad about yourself, So when she's like, oh, I like her. The hell, girl. Like, just 3 days ago, you were telling me that she's like, always like, bashing you. And now you love her. I'm confused. I mean, what did I miss here? So it's the little things that you don't see, that actually happen.
There's a lot of things that happen that were filmed but don't make it to the final cut, right? That leave even us saying, wait a minute, how do we connect the dots here?
Right.
Yeah.
If there's one piece of advice that you'd give somebody who was going to work with you, what would that be?
Do lots
Be
of
on
yoga.
time.
Lots of yoga, meditation. I am very, yes, I am. I mean, again, I'm a perfectionist. I was a very, I was on a very high demanding profile. Am I? No, I'm not perfectionist. No, am I? No, I was raised as a perfectionist.
Well, no, seeking perfection, but not necessarily a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been together, married 10 years together, 5 more, so 15.
Yeah, that's a question for Fernando, not for me, actually. Yeah. He's the one that's married to me.
What you need to know is that when my wife commits, she commits.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no turning back. And she's going to go
Right.
full speed ahead. And either you're on or you're off.
Right.
That's not a good or a bad thing.
Right.
And she's just going to keep going.
And I don't like
that's
wasting
what I like.
people's time, So, and that also includes me, like
Yeah.
my,
I wouldn't say
like
that my
time.
wife is anal. She's in Spanish called intensa or intenso.
Right.
It's just there's a level of intensity in whatever I'm going to set myself to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a half-ass effort here.
Yeah.
So call it type A. But as far as anal, she's
Yeah.
really not.
I have zero patience for half-assery as well, by the way.
Yeah.
And that, and the workplace, like my bosses, Ramon, he was the same, in every single, role that I've played in my life. My mom is like that. My parents are like that. My bosses were like that, you know. So, and that's high rollers. You know, so.
Yeah.
And that's something that's very interesting, right? Like, without getting into dynamics, but you see a side of Mayra now, 10 years later, we're in America, where we were blessed enough that she had the option to go back to work or not, or stay with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
She made the choice to stay with the kids.
Yeah.
So she wanted to experience what being a mom is
Right.
like and continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But, we didn't get married till, first, Mexican standards later in life.
Yeah.
If I could do it again, I would get a little earlier. But
And confess.
oh yeah, she didn't want to get married. It was a 2-year engagement.
Who's the one that touched me? Like, are you wasting my time? Are we gonna get married? Yes
I
or
was.
no?
So I was.
It happened.
Almost
No,
mid-30s.
it's true.
I was almost
It's a
in my
true story.
It was in my mid-30s, and she was excelling in her job. They were going to send her
Traveling
to the
the
corporate
world,
office in London, and I said, "Time out.
Mm-hmm.
Long distance, amor de lejos, amor," and I'll leave it like that, right?
Right.
The phrase.
Right.
And I said, so what are we going to do? We actually broke up
Because
for
we
about 6 months.
I would travel 6 to 8 weeks and then return to Mexico just for 2 weeks,
Wow.
and that was for 2 years.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, about a year or two. But so I said, look, either we're going to do this or we're not, and I need to know where you're at. So yeah, the roles reversed where I placed the ultimatum, and then she said yes, but then she took like 18 months to plan the wedding.
To plan the wedding,
And I bet
then
it was
took me
fabulous.
another year to actually get married.
Oh, it's even better. You remember 10 years ago the swine flu?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're supposed to get married on May 2nd.
Uh-huh.
And that's when the whole pandemic breaks out, and the person in Mexico says, we're living in Monterrey,
Forces
and
of
the wedding
nature.
was in Tulum, and says you can't have social gatherings. I got my friends in Chicago, New York, everywhere. She's a basket case. She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm in my office with a face mask, and we're all looking around, and I just come home and I said, we're postponing the wedding. I didn't even ask her, didn't ask her parents.
And it was
so
a
I
destination wedding. It was.
Oh
I had
my
people like
God.
traveling
Oh
from
my God.
London, from Europe, and I just called them like 2 days before. I'm so sorry.
But that's
We
a good thing.
can't,
When we talk about
yeah.
friends, I had so many calls from friends to like, hey man, we obviously destination, we made a trip out of this. For you, buddy, we'll be right there. For Mayra, we'll be right there. You just say the word.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, what if this thing is as bad as they say it is?
Right.
And all of us die. That's like, no, I can't live with that.
So
Yeah,
how long did you
believe it or not, he's more dramatic than I am, and that's
That's
a big
funny,
statement.
that's
That's a
funny.
huge.
The end of the world is coming.
So how long did you guys postpone it for?
End of July.
Okay, so a couple
get
of
this,
months.
We had a live
Goodness
band
gracious.
that traveled from Monterrey to Tulum. So we had
Photographer from
to-
Mexico City.
We had to make sure, like a weekend,
Flowers
that
from
everybody works.
Cancun,
So when
yeah.
you talk about, somebody that can take care of business,
Logistics,
she
yeah.
figure it out. We made it happen. And then honeymoon was my side, and we had to take our honeymoon a month later from the wedding because just things weren't aligning.
Yeah. Where'd you guys go for your honeymoon?
Egypt, Turkey, Greek Isles, and Italy.
He didn't want to
Beautiful.
do. He didn't want to do Egypt,
the
and that's the
beginning, I
one that he
loved it.
finally ended loving.
Yeah.
So.
I can imagine. I haven't done Egypt, but I would love to go see the pyramids, though. I
You
bet
need
that's
to. And-
amazing.
And
Well,
if you
almost
go
got divorced
Abu Simbel,
with-
you need to go to Abu Simbel. Yeah.
On that, apparently,
On the honeymoon?
I didn't know how to take pictures. And talking
yes.
about, she's like, it's my one moment. It's the
I
only
mean,
time I'm going to be at Abu
this is
Simbel.
the
When's
one
Abu
moment.
Simbel? I mean, like, when are we? Abu Simbel is where. Have you seen the movie
Fifth Element?
The Mummy?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's like. I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime experience. Seriously, dude.
And I cut the guy's head off. I cut the statue's head off. She's like, you really didn't see what's wrong with this picture? I'm like, no. She's like, oh my God, walk away, Fernando. I'm like, why?
I want to see that picture. I bet that's hilarious. Do you still have the picture without the head? That's funny.
Now he takes amazing pictures. Like people actually now think that I have a professional photographer.
15 years.
It only took 15 years, right?
I'm a numbers guy.
Before we wrap up, episode 3, Janet, and that whole thing, how it went down. Well, first of all, kudos for not losing yourself in that conversation because he was trying to put you in.
I already lost my cool. You won't see me losing it ever again. I already, paid the invoice. The invoice has been paid. That's my whole drama contribution.
That's so funny. Congratulations for not giving in and not letting her win because she didn't get the best of you. Did you expect her to go at you that hard?
No.
Did I catch you by surprise?
No, you actually see me like, okay, Janet, you want to talk, and she like being, like a elderly, wiser person, I thought that, elderly, elderly, I don't know. Anyway, so I was expecting for her to actually, okay, what's going on between you two girls? We need to make this work. I know that like things got pretty heated, but I was expecting her to actually, come in that, like as a peacemaker,
right?
So it completely threw me, like I wasn't expecting it, So that's why I'm like, oh my God, we're not doing this again, please.
I know. And then at Penny's fashion show, right?
Yes, exactly. So it was, but I understand. Again, like I said, she's Luz's friend. I understand her position, but I thought we were trying all to be friends,
right?
Not just separating groups and picking groups.
Right.
If we want all to be friends, we need to make this work.
Exactly.
Not keeping.
So, Janet was fairly new to your circle of friends, right? Janet and Luz, did you guys?
I had never seen Luz and Janet ever in my life.
But you have known like Penny for years, right?
Yes. Yes, we weren't as close as we are right now.
Yeah.
And I knew Lorena and Carla because of the Mexican community. And Ayansi, I had seen her. I knew about her. But Luz and Janet, I didn't even know they existed.
Wow.
Leave aside that they hated me so much.
Well, I can't wait to see episode 4 and the rest of the season. I hope we can get you back again before the season is over. I know that we are working on brunch with the cast from Texicanas. So
looking forward to it.
Viewers that are listening to the podcast and watching the show get to watch and win and try to win brunch. I think that's going to be awesome because I honestly feel at the end of the season, you're going to have more fans than you think because everybody loves a character that struggles and comes back. I mean, those are the ingredients of a great character and a great story.
And again, I must say, like, I don't watch TV. I'm not here for the fame. I don't care if I get followers or haters. I just, we wanted to help the city, to be like put out there. We're helping a lot of charities already.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the chair for the Casa Gala in September. I'm working with the Battered Women Children's Center. I'm working with American Heart Association.
Yep.
And we're going to get a lot of support. The city's going to get a lot of support, know? So whatever it takes, I guess,
if there's anything I can help you with on any of those charitable causes, count on me and iHeart to be able to help you guys, for sure. That's the bigger picture, right?
Yes, exactly. Just...
And to your first question, why did we get into it? It was to showcase we have a lot to offer and contribute.
Yeah.
As a culture, race, whatever you want to call it.
We're in a Trump era, so we want to show what we Latinos actually do.
I love that. I love that.
For the city. That's why we got into the show. That's why we're so into
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys very much, ladies and gentlemen. We finally had Mayra on after the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by.
No, thank you for having us.
Texicanas is Bravo's newest drama-filled series. Y el drama es real. Texicanas, Tuesday nights on Bravo.